Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. I hope you guys are having a great week. Happy Thursday to all of you. I'm having a pretty good week. Things have been moving along. I've decided that I am going to cut myself a break, as I encourage all of you to do on a regular basis. Sometimes the teacher is never the student, and so I'm letting go of a lot of things in which I've been carrying, in general. So with that being said, I'm having a good week. I'm having a good week so far, getting a lot of things done, putting some things in perspective. And today's morning message is about answering with grace. And I think that that's really, the trying part of this week is that I think a lot of things are hitting us, a lot of us, in a lot of different ways. If you're coming from a number of different spaces and kind of looking at the landscape of life and kind of what that looks like. Hello, Joanne. Hey, Linda. And how to be able to show up not only for yourself, but to be able to show up for other people. And I think that so often we're in a space where we want to react quickly. Everything that's going on in this world right now leads us to speak passionately or to not speak at all, or to lead with emotion because there's so much vested in the conversations that are happening. And I truly believe that there is something to the discipline of communication. There is something to the discipline of the way in which we communicate with each other, the thought that goes behind what it is that we say. And that's not for me to say, I need all of you to control your messages in that kind of way. I just think you need to think before you speak. I think that you need to think. Good morning, Lisa. Think before you speak and value your words. And so at a very young age, I realized that communication, words, language is so important in not only telling a story, in not only gaining favor, but in being heard, right? Being heard clearly. And I think that right now, all of us, whether it be personally or professionally, want to be heard clearly. And I think that there's an art of grace in that. There's an art of, and when I say grace, it's the poise in which you have to communicate what it is that you're doing, who it is that you are, what it is that you want, and why you deserve it. That's the grace I'm talking about. It's the discipline. It's the pause. It is the delivering of the information. It is the not only being secure in what you're saying, but being smooth in the way in which you deliver it. There's a number of reasons as to why that isn't the case. Good morning. Good morning, Winnie. Why that isn't the case. And so often that is not the case because we are nervous, because we are angry, because we are passionate about what we are about to say, and the way in which we say it, we begin to lose our intent. And if we have grace in what it is that we say, if we take a breath before we deliver our message, if we reread, and this is not to stifle you or to, it's actually the opposite. It's not to stifle you. It is not to censor what you are about to say, but it is for what you are about to say to get heard. It's what you're about to say to be understood. It's for what you're about to say to be part of a conversation and not just a speech. And I think that is the differentiating factor in a number of conversations that we are having right now. Because we are not leading with grace and poise. We are leading with all that drives us to be heard. And I understand and I get it because I'm a very passionate person, if you have not noticed. I have a lot of opinions about things, if you have not noticed. But I want to be heard. I want to participate in a conversation. Though I love to give them, I don't always just want to be giving speeches. I want my words to move people. I want there to be a movement behind what it is that I am saying. I want to be heard clearly. I want people in their right mind to be able to create positive action and reactions to what it is that I am saying. And if that's what I want, if the goal is for me to move people into a positive direction, then what I need to do is have grace in what it is that I am saying. I need to think before it is that I speak. I need to be a little bit more calculated, but that's not to stifle you. It's so you are heard. So the intentions that you have behind that passion and that anger is clear. So it's not misunderstood. It is not misguided in that way. It's clear so there can actually be movement based on what it is that you're saying. Because what it is that you are saying, what it is that you believe is valid. But the worst thing and the most tragic thing is for you to deliver it and it not be clear or to be misunderstood. So what happens to all that energy? What happens to all that passion? It's misused. It's let go. It's wasted. So the grace and the poise in the delivery is important. When you think about all of the great speakers in the world, you think about all of the people who deliver messages in a way that is just so important. You feel their confidence in what it is that they're saying. You feel the direct and intentional pause from sentence to sentence as if they're singing a song. I admire those people. I watch those people. I dive into those people. Hello, Maureen. Because it is so important to not only hear them, but I will be acting upon their words. Their sentences truly are songs to me because there's grace in their delivery. Oftentimes we're so passionate that our messages get lost. We're so passionate that everything that we feel is gone. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter how right we are. Because it's lost in our delivery. Is that fair? No, it's not fair. Is that life? And are we living in reality? Yes, we are, my friends. We are living in reality. My 9-year-old knows that teddy bears don't talk and unicorns don't hug back, but these are animals, these are toys that she is playing with. She's clear on that. So we as adults are going to live in reality too. And we're going to know that our delivery matters. Hello? We're going to know that the way in which we communicate with people matters, not only even from our selfish standpoint, but because we want action. We want people to hear us so they can side, so they can understand, so they can work with us. If we want to give speeches, feel free. And at that point, you don't really care whether or not you are moving people, whether or not you are being heard. But I think that the majority of us want to have a conversation. The majority of us want to be heard. The majority of us want to be seen. And in order to do that, to be heard and to be seen, you must answer with grace. You must answer with poise. This is a big sister, cousin, best friend suggestion in life. Because I think that a lot of us are leading. Hello, Carrie, I miss you. A lot of us are leading with the passion of what it is that we have. And I'm a passionate person. But I want to be heard. And so that requires me to have some sense of restraint. I want to move people. So that requires me to be poised in the way in which I deliver information. I don't want to scream for the sake of screaming. I'm not yelling at the rooftops just to hear my own voice. I want to move people in a positive direction. And in order to do that, I need to take a minute, take a breath. I need to look at what it is my goals and objectives are, what it is that I want that person to do, that group of people to understand. And then I need to deliver that with grace. And a lot of you who are leading in passion, and believe me, I was a leader in passion for sure. But then I realized that all my yelling wasn't doing anything but getting my blood pressure high and getting people angry and having myself, my passion, and my true intention to be misunderstood. Whether that is out of passion that you have for what it is that you want, you deserve to be heard. You deserve to be understood. You deserve to be part of a conversation. So I need you to think about the way in which you are delivering your message. Think about if it's intentional. Think about your goals and objectives when you start and you hit record or you hit post. Think about what it is that you are saying. And are you saying that to evoke anger, to share anger? Are you saying that to just get a reaction, a gut reaction from somebody? Or do you want to be part of a conversation? Do you want to be part of some type of movement? And I'm not even talking about the political landscape. I'm talking about, do you want to move people to feel better? Do you want to move people to act better, to take advantage of your product or service? Do you want to get them to buy? Do you want to get them to participate in a transaction? Or is it just a situation where you are looking to speak out into the world and you do not care about your effect in it? So I ask you, I love the closed caption. Not sure if that's new. It is. The goal, I think Facebook's doing it, Linda, for me. Facebook's giving me the closed captioning. I'm happy for them. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg, like he's my friend. The goal is for us to be able to understand our voices, understand the impact of the words in which we say. And if we understand the impact of the words in which we say, could you imagine if we add grace and poise to our delivery? Could you imagine what that will do through having our voices be heard and action be taken based on what it is that we are saying, for us not to be misunderstood just because we are in a noisy space? Because I believe that everything that you believe with all of that passion should be delivered. And I believe that everything that you are saying in most cases is true. And most cases is intentional and it's right. And you are completely correct, but I am losing it in the delivery. We have shut down the act of communication and the act of conversation. And now we are all on podiums yelling at each other. And no movement is happening. No real conversations are being held, and it's all because we are lacking grace, and I need us to be able to find it. Same message plus grace. Same message plus poise and delivery, because you must hear every word that I have to say, because every word has value, and every emotion that I have has value. It's how I deliver that emotion is whether or not I will be heard. And movement will be taken based on my words. And I promise you, as we can see with everything that's going around us, that words move people. Now, what direction are people going to move based on what it is that you are saying? Hello, Eleanor. How are they going to move? How are you going to get people to move? How are you going to get people to share your views? Lesser people are sharing their views with poise and moving people. And they have lesser product, lesser service, lesser causes. Could you imagine? Could you imagine who you could move, what you could do, what you could share, how the world could grow if you decided to share your message with grace and poise? It is an act not just because, good morning, Crystal, because I want it, but it's an act because it works. We have things to say that are rooted in the anger of what it is that we are feeling, that are rooted in the fear of what it is that we are feeling. It is rooted in the intelligence in which I possess, the quality of the product and service in which I sell. We are rooted in all of those things. But how are you delivering that message? Is it with grace and poise, or is it hectic and chaotic? Is it within a panting breath, or is it delivered in a way that people can hear you clearly and understand you greatly and take advantage of everything that you have to offer and choose to be part of your movement versus reject it completely? The poise and grace isn't for me, again, to mute you. Isn't, again, for me to shelter you or to bring you down. It is for you to get closer to what it is that you want. It is a marketing tactic. If it is anything else, it is to say, calm down, take a breath, and say, is my passion for what it is that I'm doing going to be delivered in a way that people can receive it? Or am I screaming for the sake of screaming? Am I just yelling to hear my own voice? Or are people going to be able to actually receive the words in which I am saying in the value in which I feel them? I want us to answer with grace, because not everyone is going to. Yep. Not everyone is going to be kind to us. Not everyone is going to give the opportunity in which I am sharing. Not everyone wants to hear your side of the story, wants to hear your position or place. But if you share it with grace, we will find the ears in which our mission belongs to, right? We will find the people that deserve to hear what it is that we have to say. The people that are part of our tribe, our community, the people that are worthy of everything that we have to offer. But my advice to you is to deliver your positioning, whatever that positioning may be, with grace and poise, so people can hear you, so your energy can be felt, so your emotion, your righteousness, your in your space, all of those can be delivered and heard, and your community can grow, and you can find your voice, and you can tell your story, and you can no longer whisper your wishes, but with intention, you can scream your dream. I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumor, encouraging all of you to find your voice and scream your dream. I do this morning message each and every day at 11 o'clock Eastern here on our Facebook page. If you are interested in tuning in, please join me each and every day, Monday through Friday. If you think someone in your world needed to hear this, if you think someone in your world needed to be inspired, my goal is not to just inspire you for a day, but keep you motivated each and every day. So I'm committed to showing up. I hope you show up for yourself as well. For more information, log on to thisisItTV.com and follow, fan, and like us everywhere you find at This Is It TV. I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumor, and this is it. I'll see you again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Bye-bye.